Totally baseless.
Hey, it's Totally Baseless. My name's John, and with me is a guy who still writes in Hulk Hogan for president whenever he votes. Dan, welcome to the show.
I think this is his year.
Yep, it could happen.
Brother.
And the last guy I know who has a "Don't blame me, I voted for Kodos" on his license plates, on his bumper, is Dave. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. It's not your fault. All right. So we all know about, speaking of politicians and messing up big time, WeWork collapsed from $40+ billion valuation. At least that's what Adam Newman thought it was worth. But, it's still publicly traded. It's still out there. What's your best guess as to what they're trading at? How much their market cap is now?
What? You're talking funny talk. I don't understand what you're saying. No, I'll tell you what I think. I think it's trading at about
I'll tell you what I
$1.50.
think. Yeah.
I confidently incorrect. Trading at $1.50 a share.
No, the market cap. So they were at 40 some billion at one point. So how much overall do you think the company's worth now?
I stand by my first answer. $7.
Oh, $7. You could buy the company for $7 now.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say
Higher. It's a little bit higher.
I'm gonna say maybe 20 million.
20 million. Okay.
So somewhere between $7 and 20 million.
20 million.
It's a little bit more than that. $844 million.
What?
Yep. Still up there.
Still a lot, yeah.
So, if that's your failure,
Yeah.
I want to fail like that.
Yeah, if you can royally fail and still be worth 800 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with his payouts and everything, he's still worth, Adam Newman, the co-founder, is still worth close to I think still over $1 billion.
That's like,
and his co-founder
failing upward. Yeah.
yeah. His co-founder is still worth like 700 or 800 million.
That's like everybody making fun of Elon Musk when he took it in the shorts for Twitter, and then Tesla getting all sorts of backlash and everything. If he's like, so I'm still worth billions.
Yeah.
Watch me cry all the way home.
I don't know how much you're worth, but I'm more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still good. Screw those guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of confidence, there's a study out that says that people who think they're attractive are less likely to wear masks, which explains why I never wore a mask during the whole pandemic and never will. Not with a mug like this.
Yeah, my face is my ace. I don't cover this thing up. I wear
The world
it proudly.
loses.
Yeah.
I got a face for podcasts, so that should tell you my stance on masking.
Yeah, can you turn your camera off, please?
I do wear a mask, but the mask has a picture of my face on it. So
I'm confident, but I'm also careful of others.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, no. This is what I look like underneath this.
Yeah. How come you have Brad Pitt's mouth?
No, Brad Pitt has my mouth.
I'd like to know who commissioned this study, like the International Ministry of Douchebaggery, because it's.
You know what?
Yeah.
It doesn't say. It says researchers.
Right?
Yeah,
and
researchers.
And then they said, well, the opposite is ugly people tend to wear more masks. I'm like, really? So there's no in between, right? So you see
By
someone
popular
with a mask,
demand.
yeah. You see someone wearing a mask, the first thing you're gonna think of, they're ugly.
Oh man.
Not that they care about, not spreading disease, but they're ugly.
Could this also be maybe based like on lucha libre? Because all the mask guys were the really like uggos, but then like the guys that wore no masks were the like baby faces.
The heroes and yeah.
The whole world can be defined by lucha libre.
So maybe it's yeah. We took our study from the International Center for Lucha Libre.
Yeah. That's your metaphor for everything, is it?
Yeah.
How's the economy going these days?
Well, in the lucha libre, you see.
Yeah, you got to name some guy. Well, it's a real
Santo.
loser or.
No, well, Santo Blue
Well,
Demon.
Blue Demon fought at Santo in 1953. That was very easily tied in.
And that can easily be tied into the world economics, where the Russians were being, Blue Demon, the demon, right? And Santo was the United States, the good guys. And there was
Is
a
it always
classic
the
battle.
same names? Are those the classic names? Do
And
they still have
there's
those
like
today?
three, right?
Yeah, there's like 3 names, and they all have sons. And so they're all
Yeah.
Santo Jr.,
Yeah.
son of Blue Demon,
Yeah.
grandson
Maybe
of Blue
Muscad's
Demon.
at 38th. Yeah, there's
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's only a few names that go around. And
the Uggos have the masks.
yeah, no one wants to see them.
Yeah, right.
And then there's
Huh.
the baby faces that are portrayed, I guess, by the good guys. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
The same applies to COVID and masking, apparently.
So this kind of is like you were saying the last episode, Chat GPT, right? Eventually, if you keep talking, we start going off the rails.
Yeah, yeah. You guys are like a dangerous AI, basically. Yeah.
Discuss masks. Oh, I got that discussion about masks.
Let me tell you about some Mexican wrestling.
Yeah, we started off at point A, and now we're at like point 23. Yeah.
You even changed languages in the
who's
middle.
also a Mexican wrestler.
Is he?
No, but the
That'd be a
probably
good
is. Who
name.
knows?
Yeah, the Zorro kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a topsy-turvy world, and it was very important to wear a mask. But yeah, I could understand how you're losing if you're just valuing yourself based on your looks. That's the last thing you want to cover up. This is all I got. Is my looks. I don't have a personality.
Pandemic. I'd rather die handsome.
Make a good corpse, right? I mean, I'd rather make a good-looking corpse than live ugly.
And save the lives of others. But
yeah, it's about others. It's not about you, right? But yeah, I like the idea of printing your own face with some improvements on it.
Yeah, stronger jawline.
Like to look like
a stronger jawline.
Yeah. There's always some way. There's always a compromise. Tech always has some answer, according to people in tech.
From the eyes up, you look like yourself. From the nose down, you look like some movie star.
Yeah. From the nose down, you're hot.
Yeah, it's just a mask, lady.
The mask. All right. Well, the pandemic has other weird effects, and remote working has its spin-off effects as well. There's a new trend called body doubling, which is kind of like a fancy term for just watching somebody else do work while you work. And it's kind of helps you keep focused, so that and I mentioned people with ADHD, which is kind of all of us. If you're at home, it just means getting distracted. So this person gets up in the morning and starts streaming themselves on TikTok Live, working, and then other people can feel like they're working as well, kind of getting into the vibe, and which she calls working alone together. And this has been a bigger trend. She has a couple 100,000 people, and she's not the only one doing this.
There's an easier solution to this, and that's just going back to work. Right? I'm like,
or
just
you could go
back
to the credit office.
Just go back to work. But nobody wants to go back to work. And at the same time, I guess it's a side hustle, right? Make some money off of.
Yeah, she's got to make money from that, right?
Yeah.
But that's just what cracks me up, though. But they're lauding this person as a genius. It's like, really? You're making money? You're stating the obvious. I would be less lonely if I'm around other people, but I don't want to be around other people. So I'll sit at home and watch other people.
Also, I don't like other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. If you're
What a tangled web we
just
weave.
say it. I don't like people.
Yeah. I like virtual people.
Yeah.
And I want to make some money off of it. Your whole world revolves around basically being on a computer.
And not actually interacting with people.
Exactly. Go out, man. Go out, get some sunlight.
And she did quit a job that required her to be in the office because she didn't want to be around other people in real life.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. I bet you she wore masks. I'm just saying, she sounds like the type of person that would wear a mask. Not just because of the pandemic, but
not in any conjunction with our first story, but just
no. In very conjunction. with the first story.
Yeah.
I want to stay behind my computer.
Yeah, I just don't get it, right? I don't want to interact with people, but I don't want to be lonely either. Do you not know the definition of those two terms? It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, kind of you want to have it both ways.
yeah. Then everybody bitches and complains that nobody knows how to talk to anybody, but nobody wants to hang out with anybody. It's like, make up your mind.
I'm gonna make an app where people can go and they can drink together. They can just sit there and watch each other drink. That's it.
Keeps you focused.
It's a party. It's a party app. You don't have to go out anymore. You don't have to go out to a bar. You just
There's just like
hang out
backgrounds.
and yeah, just
No,
go,
you can just stream it anytime. You don't need to make an app or anything. Just put the camera on and just drink.
there you go. Yeah,
And then
see how
pretend
many-
someone's talking to you. So you can get high together.
Sure, why not? Call it Crack Den. And everybody just sits there filming themselves get high.
This is my new app, Crack Den.
Opium Den. Opium Den. What's the hashish bar?
Yeah,
You
it's
may
got
know my
different
spin-off.
levels, you know.
You just sit there and you play like some acid rock and just trip out.
My spin-off app, Street Corner.
There's Flophouse. If you want to reenact the alcoholics of the 30s, go to Flophouse.
Stream yourself having fun.
This guy's always having a good time. I never see anybody in there with him, but he looks sort of like he's having a super cool time.
Yeah,
Must have ADHD.
you don't stream the part where you're withdrawing and you're throwing
They're
up.
crying into the
Yeah.
crying in the bathroom toilet.
Ugh. Yeah, the instant regret app hasn't come up yet.
Oh man. Oh
I shouldn't have taken all that crack.
yeah. Well, I guess I could have recorded some of the girls after their first dates with me. Why'd I do that? Oh, what a waste of time.
It's a horrible idea.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, this could go a lot of different ways. You could have your whole virtual life. You could have a baby together. Look, push. No, you push. I'm pushing.
And that's kind of a fetish thing.
Everything like kind of remote. No, the woman's having a baby and they can do it together.
I want to share the experience without actually sharing the experience
But
with
I don't want
anybody.
anybody here.
Yeah.
But I want you all and send gifts.
And,
And
yeah.
send gifts. Yeah.
All my online friends who are body doubling with me, send gifts as shows of
Yeah.
support and friendship.
For the baby
It's
shower, just don't actually come.
Yeah.
Oh, well, how do you have the baby then?
Dun-dun-dun.
Well, one person had to.
Yeah. This could go a lot of wrong ways, I guess.
It
Just
started
like any
off good, and then it
technology.
went terribly, terribly bad.
Yeah. Good idea. For a second.
Much like most things on the internet. It started off good and then took a terrible turn.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh, okay, I guess in this case, one person's streaming, so they don't have to worry about what all the other people are doing that are watching.
Yeah,
If
you're
you
just
catch my
watching them
drift.
to feel like
Yeah.
you're actually somewhere.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
someone can be watching and finds that very, I don't know, that's their thing, watching someone work.
Yeah,
So you
well,
don't- you
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
you-
The idea is it keeps you focused and you can work and you don't feel alone. Like
Sitting there.
that's the only way I can have a three-way.
You sit
I
there.
gotta focus. I gotta focus.
Yeah. Oh man, it's me
Much
and these two
distractions.
people on the
Yeah.
screen. It's a three-way.
But they're
That's
making
the only way it's gonna happen. So
they're making corporate espionage a lot easier, right? Someone's looking over the shoulder, taking notes on everything they're doing.
Yeah.
Hey, is that proprietary over there? What do you got there? Open up that tab for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me
yeah,
more.
that's right.
Tell me more about your super secret job that you do.
No, I don't
Oh,
work
man.
for PepsiCo. Don't mind that. Tell me the formula.
Isn't that on the background there and in your computer screen?
I'm just here to keep you company. That's it. Just make you feel more productive.
Yeah. Yeah, we're filming a porno here. Can you get off the line, please?
We need the bandwidth.
It keeps me focused too. All right. Well, someone who should have been having a bit more focus, I guess, is the guy who crashed his ship packed with thousands and thousands of bags of Doritos, which washed on the shores of North Carolina. Now, this is a while ago, November of 2006. So we can't blame COVID or remote work or anything for this, but maybe we can blame, well, actually, this is pre-iPhone too. So I don't know. This guy was just drunk, maybe. But yeah, thousands of, I love the way they mention all the different flavors too. There was nacho cheese Doritos, there was spicy nachos, thousands of these Dorito bags washed overboard into the ocean and on the shores of some very lucky residents of North Carolina.
Yeah, it happened to be during like a Grateful Dead concert. They're like, yes.
Oh, man.
I like how the whole reason they're mentioning this is because it's being memorialized in a museum now. They got like
On
a bag of
TikTok?
Dorito. No, the story.
Okay. A real museum, or is this the Zoom museum?
It's a virtual museum.
It's a virtual museum. It's some guy eating a bag of Doritos. That's all he does every day in memoriam.
It's not a very happy sound. The Graveyard of the Atlantic Museum.
Yeah, that's not a...
Whoa.
No, featuring Doritos.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Sponsored by Doritos.
Yeah.
It sounds like it'd be a plot from Parks and Recreation, right? How do we liven up this like morbid museum?
Doritos exhibit. Everybody loves Doritos.
We'll get spicy Doritos. We'll get Cool Ranch Doritos.
Or like,
Oh,
too
man.
bad it wasn't spicy Cheetos or flaming hot Cheetos. All the kids love those.
You know who could have used this shipwreck? The guy from the story a couple weeks ago, Elvis Francois or whatever.
Oh, the guy who was
with his
stranded for
ketchup.
40
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
I got ketchup
Or-
and Doritos.
That'd be awesome
Really...
if like a ship, if like you saw Doritos floating by as you're shipwrecked. That'd be like a miracle.
Yes.
Thank you, God. My prayers have been
Could you have
answered.
made it something healthier? But okay,
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I would have taken a rescue ship, but hey,
But yeah, hey,
Yeah.
Doritos.
I can float in on the Doritos and eat them as well. This being the South, like, are they like now like trying to like memorialize things that aren't super racist? So like, well, fuck, what do we do now? We'll memorialize Doritos.
Oh man. So are you saying the nacho cheese Doritos are not, is that not cool? Are those
Well, no, I'm
canceled?
thinking like now that they've like the South, like they're having to tear down like all the Confederate statues and like pretty much 90% of their
They gotta
history
put a
is based on
Dorito
racism.
statue in its place.
Exactly.
We need something.
It used to
Damn
be like
it.
the Cape Hatteras Museum of Slavery. It's not like they had to change the name.
Oh man.
We're replacing it with Doritos.
Yeah,
Take
and when
down
you're
the
in the South,
Confederate
you
flag.
don't know if it's for or against.
Yeah, you don't know.
They take down the Confederate flag. They raise up a Doritos logo.
I'm like,
There you
no, there was
go.
never that flag. No, we're the Doritos Museum. What are you talking about?
Can you imagine though if it was a ship full of like bags of dog food and you're starving, it's floating by, and you're like, this sucks.
What happened to the Doritos? That other guy got Doritos.
Yeah, right. You got Alpo, like bags of Alpo floating by you, and you're like, I guess I have to.
Worst shipwreck ever.
Get
The
hungry
worst
enough, right?
Shipwreck ever.
Get hungry enough.
Yeah, I guess you got to do what you got to do. Well, let's get into something much darker. I think it's everybody's nightmare when, and that's why they've made a couple movies because it's so terrible. But a snorkeling tour group left a couple behind who are still thought they were having a good time, I guess, snorkeling. And they when they got to the surface, there was no boat for them. They kept getting further and further away, and they realized that they had been abandoned. This is in Lanai in Hawaii, one of the islands in Hawaii, and they were stuck there, about a quarter to a half mile from land. So, I mean, I think this is everybody's nightmare. And that there's no Doritos nearby.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. They could have sure used those Doritos, or at least a bottle of ketchup.
for some corn chips or something. Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that
Yeah.
our boat?
Nah.
Yeah, there's
I
still
love
time.
the
Go.
way that the guy didn't realize he had stranded them until he ran into them the next day.
Like, hey.
Oh, hey, you guys look familiar.
Yeah, the lady was saying they missed 2 head counts. So they went,
Yeah,
they
right?
left there, they went to another place, and then I guess somehow they caught on, or no, they didn't catch on.
No, they
because
never caught on.
Yeah, but I guess they went to another place before they all went back home. But yeah,
Yeah.
they never caught on. They're like until the next day when they're like, hey, they called them up. You guys left us. Okay, we'll be right back. We'll be there. Hold on.
Go. Yeah.
Oh man.
No. You don't understand. I love that. They had to call and say that they got left. It's like,
Oh, our bad. We'll be right there. Or they're like, you want a refund?
so
Or
what's the
what's
problem?
worse?
You're on shore.
Sorry, no refunds. Wrong number.
Yeah.
Well, right. You went snorkeling. You saw the dolphins. You got back.
You got an adventure. Come on.
Where's the
You got a
problem?
story to tell.
It's called the Adventure Tour.
Yeah, it's not called the Everything Goes Okay tour. That's not an adventure.
You
Yeah,
learned a
you're
lesson.
okay.
You learned resiliency.
Yeah.
The name of the company is Sail Maui, not Smooth Sailing Maui.
One-way Maui.
Yeah, it's one-way snorkeling tours.
Half
off.
Oh, and like he cleans the tagline. It's all dirty. Oh, sorry, it's a little dirty there. It says one-way
sorry.
tours.
If you read your tickets carefully, you only paid for one
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You didn't pay for
You
the
did not-
round trip.
You did not purchase the return package. That's extra.
That's why it was so cheap. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We thought it was a Groupon. This Groupon was too much of a deal.
Damn it! No more Groupons.
Yeah.
Cheap bastards.
Yeah,
That's a nice honeymoon.
That is a.
It's a great
memorable.
honeymoon story, though, right? I mean,
It's a great story when you're safe back at home.
yeah.
In front
I mean,
of a fire.
If they would have died, it would have been a tragedy.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is just a great story to tell on. Hey, kids, you want to know how you guys were made?
We're almost not born.
No, where you were conceived. We were about a half a mile out at sea.
Well, we were body doubling, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I love how like the person that was like on the ship with them was like, worked for like the Coast Guard,
yeah.
and that's the person that like recognized him the next day.
Yeah.
I think I'll be talking to the Coast Guard about this.
Yeah, she'd all hook you up, man.
But honey, there's a Coast Guard guy here. Nothing could go wrong.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, right.
She didn't even notice they were gone.
Apparently, these guys are snorkeling experts, not math experts. So it's like,
Well, maybe they're the kind
Whoa.
of couple who really did wear masks throughout the whole pandemic.
So no one recognized them.
But
yeah,
like,
they were-
somewhere.
But I don't know if at least they were only like a quarter to a half mile out, right? I mean, that can't be too far out.
20 minutes it took them to find a near.
That's
nearby
why I'm
shoreline.
saying they might have been busy doing other things. Hey,
Yeah.
we're out here, no one's around. It's a
Once
honeymoon.
again, Elvis Francois was like, "Fuck you guys." You know?
You guys had it easy.
Yeah.
You were within sight of land. You were like, "Oh, look, there it is."
You better not get sponsored.
Yeah, they probably could have got up and
Right.
walked. They were like on a sandbar.
Yeah.
Miss,
Hey, they
stand up.
left us, and then you see them just stand up.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Damn it! Now we got to walk into shore.
Yeah,
You know how hard that is
right.
with flippers.
We got sunburned.
Yeah.
We were out
Yeah,
there for
but
20
those-
minutes.
Touch of my nose.
First world tragedies. And meanwhile, if you're a Haitian, it's a whole
Yeah.
different level. This never makes the news in Haiti.
Yeah, that's like the best vacation ever in Haiti.
Yeah, that's a good day.
You got
Right?
to yeah.
You made it
to
back.
swim.
What?
Yeah. They're telling the story to the guy stranded for 40 days, and he's like, yeah, and then that's it.
And then, yeah.
You were out
And
there
then
20
20
minutes.
minutes later, a truck picked me up and took me to the bar.
Yeah, right.
But I missed
Tragic.
happy hour.
And I get to sue.
And yeah, right. They're suing, of course, because they're Americans.
You're not thankful to be happy.
just to be alive. And
Yeah, you want to get your payday.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'd want the same thing too, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
at the end
well.
of the story, though, it says like the charter company has not admitted wrongdoing, but is changing their accounting procedure.
Yeah,
We
right.
didn't screw up, but yeah, I think we got to do something about it.
But just in case, we're gonna actually count the people.
And they did have a lobster dinner later that night. Yeah. Well, it's not too bad. Okay, we've had enough about Doritos and getting lost at sea. Let's talk about some serious news. Let's talk about the country that's now probably the leading exporter of hippos in the world. Yes, thanks to Pablo Escobar and his ranch of wild animals, hippos have become an invasive species in Colombia. There's dozens of these animals, which weigh up to 3 tons. So I'd have to tell you what the cleanup is like for these guys that are outside of their controlled area in Colombia. And now they're looking at exporting these to India, Mexico, and to zoos all over the world. So thanks to drug lords, Colombia has a new popular export.
I bet you anything hippos are measured in kilos. So hippos is like the key word, it's a
Yeah.
how much kilos of hippos would you like? Mexico, because in Mexico it's going to Sinaloa. So it's like
It's going from one cartel to another cartel. Is that what
basically? So really, is it hippos or is it wink, wink, nudge, nudge hippos?
If they can squeeze things into a human body,
Right?
how many drugs can they squeeze into a hippo?
How many kilos of hippo do you want? What?
Why didn't we think
wink.
of this earlier? Mules, it's hippos, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world famous Sinaloa Hippo Preserve is where they're
Instead of cocaine bear, you got cocaine hippos, man.
I gotta see that movie, Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, 3-ton wild animals going crazy.
Wow, yeah, it's a hippo. That's
high off the
big trouble. That's trouble.
Hippos are already pretty damn mean. A hippo coming down off cocaine? Forget about it.
Yeah, coming up, down, any which way.
I guess if you want to run into them, when they're coming down, right? They'll be running around all high, and right when they come off of it, they'll be asleep for days. So how many hippos from Colombia would you like?
Can I put you down for?
Can you stop doing the air quotes, please? What do you say?
Yeah, why does he keep winking at me, asking me for kilos of hippos?
Yes, I understand, Senor El Chapo. You would like some hippos.
I thought you only had a couple hundred hippos. How come you've shipped out 5,000 hippos? Kilos of hippo.
They're really evasive, man. They've really grown in population here in Colombia.
Yeah, the hippo population exploded unexpectedly. We started off with a few hundred.
Yeah, but we've exported 17,000.
These numbers just don't add up.
And they end up in Manhattan for some reason.
Hippos are everywhere now.
Yeah.
Cocaine hippos.
Well, the zoo in Gujarat apparently wants 60 hippos.
I bet they do.
They do.
And there's zoos in Ecuador, the Philippines, and Botswana are also looking to add to their hippo population.
I'm picturing that meme of Dave Chappelle where he's the crackhead. You got any of that hippo?
Hippo crack. Huh.
Yeah, this is just another ploy by the Colombians to start trafficking again, right?
Totally. No, we don't do that anymore.
We're legitimate businessmen. This is a legitimate.
I am a legitimate businessman.
I am a legitimate hippo wrangler.
Yeah. We're in the conservation game now. Totally different. Totally different.
Yes, we're armed with AKs because you never know when a hippo is going to charge.
I like the way they say the hippos do not have a natural predator in Colombia or anywhere. Who is a natural predator to a hippo?
That's like, yeah, there's no like other ginormous thing that
Yeah,
goes
only
after
a
hippos.
baby hippo, maybe
Right.
a lion could take down, but after that,
Yeah.
Yeah, where does where does this hippo get to sit?
Anywhere
it
they
wants.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they
sometimes-
kill more people than lions or tigers or anybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like extremely wild and crazy.
Extremely wild, not just
Okay.
wild.
Not just wild, but extremely wild. No, but I meant what I
Yeah.
meant was
Technical term.
aggressive. They're
Aggressive,
extremely
yeah.
aggressive, yeah. But like
That's what those
our-
cheerleaders are always wanting to get you to do. Be aggressive. Be
Be
hippo
ag-
aggressive.
not you hippos. We're talking about
Yeah, but that's our school mascot.
yeah, and then because like hippos are omnivores, right? So you don't think they're like man eaters or something? They're not gonna
Probably
eat
whatever
you.
the fuck they want.
Yeah,
Just trample you.
yeah, we're not gonna eat you. We're just gonna tear you apart.
And if I happen to eat you in the process, hey,
Oh wow, I
Yeah,
didn't
very,
like it.
very dangerous. Right. Up to 3 tons of angry charging hippo is no one messes around with that.
but it's kind of the El Guapo thing, right? Like, who is going to tell Pablo Escobar maybe it's not a good idea to have a bunch of hippos, right?
Hey, Pablo, you shouldn't keep hippos in Colombia. What?
We have
Pablo
no
wants
room.
hippos. I
Yeah.
will have hippos.
You know what, Pablo? You're right. You should have hippos. Never
Okay,
mind,
but just
but-
don't breed them. Don't let. I will breed hippos.
Okay, but just don't let it go out of hand.
Don't get high on your own supply.
Exactly, man. You give them an inch,
Of
they take a
hippos.
foot.
Oh man. Yep. There's lots and lots of hundreds of tons of kilos of hippo,
Yeah.
I should say.
That's some good
Very
hippo, man.
shady, right? That all of a sudden, Mexico is putting in a large request for hippos.
Yeah.
Those-
Hungry,
those-
hungry hippos.
The Sinaloa Zoo would love to have some of those hippos.
Yeah.
We'll take some off of your hands. I
Yeah.
bet you will.
Bet you would. It weighed 2 tons when it left Colombia, and
Yeah.
it weighs 10 tons when it got to Mexico.
What's the street value of these hippos? I mean, what's the
Are
scientific value?
are they-
Scientific value on it.
Is this pure hippo? Or has it been cut?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is this adulterated hippo? Yes. Yeah. You know where we're in the business when we know all the street lingo.
This is some fine China
Don't cut
white
into
hippo.
my hippo. Is this cut up hippo? No. All of our references are like from White Lines from Grandmaster Flash.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
I learned
how-
everything I know about cocaine from
That's
White Lines.
about how close to drugs we really get. All right.
And
Hey, you want some China White? Hippo?
that in New Jack City.
Athletes
That's about
rejected.
it.
Governors corrected.
Smugglers are thoroughly respected. The money gets
Yeah.
divided.
The women get excited.
Now I'm broke.
And,
And
it's
it's
no
no
joke.
joke. Oh,
It's
we
hard
got our
as hell to
hippos.
fight it. Don't buy it.
Don't hippo.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
hippo. Yeah. Oh man. All right. I think we've kind of beat that hippo to death. So we'll wrap it up this week. Thanks for listening. Please hit subscribe and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Right?
Oh, this sucks.